So looking at the bird, yeah, you can see that the maturity should be like between 3 and 4 years old. The eye color hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still got a white hue around the eye.
Mm-hmm.
When it gets to that full maturity, you start seeing yellow around the eye. The
Okay.
eye color will, the iris goes into a yellow shade. So that's the breeding age. That's when you will see that the bird is
So, how do you think the age of this one?
approximately, give or take, between 3 and a half. I guess about 3 and a half, not
So,
more than that.
so what's your recommended breeding age?
I would say this bird should mature in the next year. So the next cycle, it would be okay to pair it.
Cool. Cool. So this one is my. I got this hand feed 3 years ago. So
Nice, but very nice.
hoping that it will. But they're so hard to mate. They're so feisty.
They're very feisty,
Yeah,
and
they
they're
keep
moody, huh?
fighting. Yeah, yeah.
They're moody.
One time they're mating, another time
They're
they're
fighting.
fighting. So I just have to put them near so I can hear.
Do you have any? Do you have any issues with them? Like,
What?
because usually these guys, they're very when they're hand raised. Yeah, I notice they're very humanized. Like, so
Yeah, that's a problem with Sparkle.
yeah.
Since
They
we played with Sparkle, Sparkle is the male.
Okay. So when they're humanized, they tend to attack their partners,
Oh, but
especially when
mm,
the person who they grow up with is close to the cage. They
mm-hmm.
will attack their partners.
I see.
Yeah, I've seen
But
that with
sometimes even if they're just alone, they attack. He attacks
the
the
female.
female. Yeah. A good thing today they're not fighting.
Mm. Are they feeding each other?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kissing. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait. Look at their inspiration, dude.
Of the guava right in front of them.
They're waiting for the guava to grow.
This is actually the type we feed them to the birds. It
Uh-huh.
shouldn't actually start to go yellow. It should
Uh-huh.
be green.
Yeah, but it will go bigger.
Don't give any soft. You have to give
Yeah,
it
Hard. Yeah.
hard.
like hard.
And have you noticed when you feed guavas to the birds,
Uh-huh.
they'll pick out the seeds in the flesh.
They
The
remove
first
it.
thing they do, they will eat only the seeds.
Okay.
They ingest the seeds. The flesh they eat last.
Ah.
Yeah, and the tendency is then they will just play with the fruit. But the first thing they do, they will eat the seeds.
So it's the seeds.
The seeds that
It's
they
the
want.
seeds that
Yeah.
they're ano,
So the
go.
native guavas, the
The
small
small
one,
one, the one with the most seeds.
that's the
So
best.
you don't need the big.
You
This
don't
one
need
is imported one from Hawaii. It's more of for processing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it's so mushy and
So if you get the ones in the palenque, that's
yeah, I have a lot also
the
in the
native,
backyard.
the small one, that's what they love.
It's like 80% seeds
Seed
and
and
20%
20%
meat.
flesh. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
flesh.
So those are actually the right ones to feed them.
And so I have Macau one.
Oh, really?
There, the rubber Macau. So this is my first flight when we were starting. We had the biggest viewers a slow-mo video I did with this cage and it hit 30 million views.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just a slow-mo
The
video.
birds flying from
Yeah,
one side
flying.
to the other side.
And so if you will notice, almost except for the ornamental plants, I have like the kamote, oregano, and everything that the birds
Do you
can
feed
eat.
the leaves, the camote leaves?
Yeah,
That's very good, huh?
yeah.
That's really good.
And also we put it in the sinigang. Sinigang. That's from Doc Dennis collection.
I like to give in water because they are, less maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a one plant that Doc Dennis doesn't have. This one. Doc, you don't have this one. It's from
I
Canada.
don't mind. I don't mind.
So here it's just a small bird. I'm like holding. I'm not really keen into expanding into
Okay.
the small birds, but I have to maintain
The
their
conures and all.
yeah the green
green
cheek
cheek.
conures, and then the Parrot is Myko's collection, so I have to keep it here. And then here I have a few
So you're
Indian
keeping
ringneck.
like show veggies and stuff like
No,
that?
no, no,
No,
no.
no,
I just
just
like the
regular
yellow ones. Whatever
the
it.
coloring.
Yeah, I started with this parakeet, so I have to stick with it. I cannot add anymore without the papers.
Without the papers.
Yeah, so I just stick with that. But I seldom sell this because Myko won't like
Won't
to sell
sell
that.
them, yeah.
Yeah, and here are the early productions of. These are the January productions of our Sun
Sanconure.
Conures. Yeah. See,
Hello.
that's a red factor there. I
Yeah.
got two red factor.
That one's a red factor also.
Yeah. Wait, I have can you are you familiar with the red factor?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check here. I need the I need the tip if this is a red factor. Yeah, there. Can you get it inside?
Which one is it?
Oh, both. I'm guessing the other one is something. Oh, what do you think about that?
Mhm. So, so this bird, after the first mold, you should actually get a better idea. But this is not going to be a dominant red.
Ah, no. It's just
No,
a
this is
normal.
normal. This is going
No.
to be a normal.
Try the other one.
Yeah, this is not going to be a dominant red. Okay, come here.
They're siblings.
They're siblings. Oh, this has more of red in it. See?
What do you think?
This is going to be more red.
It's a possible
Yeah,
red
this is a
factor.
possible red factor. So I guess the parents is
Yeah, red
one is
factor
a red
and
and yellow
normal.
dominant.
Ah.
Yellow dominant? Yeah. So this most probably will have more of. And this looks like a female tomato.
Huh?
Looks. Yeah.
You can see the sex.
Yeah. Usually with sun conures, with the females, their heads are much smaller than the males, and you can't vent usually with sun conures, but you can check that usually sometimes the venting is quite big for females. Yeah. Compared to males, the venting would be much smaller. This looks to me like a female, and the coloring also is quite bright. So you should, after the mold, is when you'll come to know the real color.
It's hatch February,
So
so
February. So you're gonna find out, say, August.
August.
August, you'll come to know for sure what's the full coloring, because
Uh-huh.
it'll lose these. You see the feathers in between also. You see, it's more red.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can see. So once they actually come into their first mold, when they lose this top the green feathers, yeah, that's when you'll see the depth of the red. So
That's
this is most probably a red factor. This one is.
that's why I'm not selling any of the chicks.
So if you're a Sun Conure breeder like me in the past, I never sold any Sun Conure babies ever.
Because and I have
So-
experience already.
Yeah.
I sold it as a regular, and then
And then
after
it
a
turned
few
out-
months, it's so red.
Yeah.
It's the best red ever, and
So I always waited for them to finish their first mold, get color, and then what I didn't want I would dispose of. The remaining I would keep. So that's how you concentrated the red towards one end. But the biggest issue you get is, I always tell people that when you keep your own stock, you have to buy fresh blood into your own stock. So never
Again?
you have to introduce fresh blood into your own stock.
Uh-huh.
Meaning, like, I retained 20 babies.
Uh-huh.
From 20 babies, I got 10 red factors, right?
Uh-huh.
So I never pair my red factors with my red factors.
Okay, yeah.
I get red factors from outside and pair with them.
Both red factor?
No, no,
No, just
it
one.
It would be a yellow dominant. It would be
Normal.
pied, normal.
We don't have pipes here yet.
Oh, you don't have pieds, but
Yeah, it's
we
expensive.
get a lot of pieds at the moment. There's plenty of good breeders who are breeding pieds also. So it's better always. Pairing red to red is a lethal gene.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Lethal gene, yeah.
Lethal gene.
Yeah, yeah.
So you pair red to red and you're going to get babies that they'll go opaline, but they'll die. They'll all
Yeah,
die.
but the sellers who want to price it up so much, they
That's why people like you who are making videos and telling people about it is very important, because
that's why we get bashed.
yeah, because somebody
Because
will
we
try
tell
to
the truth.
sell something to somebody and they're just selling something that's
And
gonna
also,
die.
what can you say about like that, the sibling?
Yeah.
Here they will some. I'm not saying all, but some will say, oh, it's a split red.
No.
Never,
no,
right?
No, it's not.
Never.
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 But that's why I just do videos that are really
Yeah.
educational, so you can
So
learn.
I like birds. You see, your bird size of the babies is really nice. You can see the girth of the babies are big. Their cocks
Girth.
are
What's the
good.
girth?
The thickness of the birds. Yeah.
Ah, okay. And
If
here,
you,
you see this one.
this one. The thickness of the birds. If you see the birds, they're lovely. So an average baby sun conure should be around, I think 180. So if you see the size of the bird, really
Oh.
nice. The length of the bird is beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then even the wings, feathers. You can see it's got good lineage. It's already getting yellow into the colors. Yeah. So this is just some things that anybody who sees the birds sees the health of the birds. The vent. The vent is very important. Your vent has
The
to be
vent.
clean. Yeah, you
Uh,
shouldn't have anything dirty on the vent. Yeah, your bird's feet should be nice and strong. The grip of the bird's feet is good. And the coloring of the birds is beautiful. So when you get a bird like this, you know the bird is healthy. The weight of the bird is great. The bird is on the right way. Grew up the right way. Many people sell birds that are hand feed, and that you notice the length.
that's hand feed.
Yeah, that people will sell birds that are hand feed, and then they're underweight, and they're always bobbling. They don't have. You don't see. You look at the bird. See how beautifully it sits on the perch.
Mhm.
It's very healthy. It's lovely.
It's hard work, dude.
It's hard work.
It's hard work.
It's definitely hard
I had to lose some weight because of the work. And that's they call it wild type.
Wild type, okay.
Yeah, it's from BII.
So this guy, how old is that? That should not be a matured bird.
Uh, eh, wait.